I've always wanted to be a journalist, to bring the people the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. That's what makes me tick. It's the reason for my existence. But there's one person that stands in my way. Clarence Spud, editor-in-chief of the Valley Herald. He thinks he's the king of the local news, but his journalistic integrity is as questionable as his fashion sense. Meanwhile, I'm reporting on the real stories that matter, like a stray dog who found a new home in the loving embrace of Mr. Wilson, or these weirdos right here. That's what makes local news so special. It's the beating heart of our beloved community, and I'm proud to be the one bringing it to you. So sit back, relax, and let me, Cliff Rockslide, your trusted source for local coverage, take you on a journey through the world of very, very small news. And let's hope Clarence doesn't try to steal the spotlight again. This is Local News with Cliff Rockslide.
Hello, happy Taco Tuesday. Welcome to Local News with Cliff Rockslide. Hello, Horror, Yasus, John. Let's check out the local news. It is available soon on the Xbox Store on the 28th. Today is the 26th, so in 2 days. Not wrong, Ron Burgundy. I don't know what price it will be on Xbox. Let's go get our news done. Do the gifts work? Need to refresh. The game has 12 achievements for the 1000 gamer score. And there's the gifts. What an absolute legend. Your progress is automatically saved after each day. Don't turn off the system while the icon is displayed. Got it.
Day 1, The Wolf of Main Street.
The Wolf of Main Street. I didn't hit anything. Delete from both. I want to play... Yeah, I'm not reading that. Oh, dude, triple monitor setup. Nice. That's how my workstation at work is. Grab the camera. Welcome to the newsroom, Ricky. This is the heart and soul of the local news, the most popular streaming service of Butterfly Valley. Well, the one and only streaming service of Butterfly Valley. but certainly the most popular. I've been waiting to finally meet you. I mean, at least for 30 minutes. You can't act that slow. In news, business speed is everything. Things are really starting to snowball here, so I'm desperate. In desperate need of help, but remember, I don't need a sidekick. Cliff Rockslide is a lone wolf, like all wolves are meant to be. Also, super awesome to hear you're not in it for the money, money, money. Kids these days are all about the get rich or take selfies trying, but first, let me take a selfie. I don't care too much for money. And look how far it got me. Just follow my lead, and it could be you running a news agency from a garage in just a few years. I'm getting ahead of myself. You must have a gazillion questions. You said it was good, so I'm playing it. You must have a gazillion questions. But let me ask first, have you ever worked with news? No, not a problem. You just have to get into this DUI mentality. Or was it DIY mentality? Anyway, the point is, you'll learn by doing. We are the messengers of truth. We serve one master, and one master only, the holy of the holiest, journalism. We're bound by its laws, and it governs us to uncover everything that wants to remain hidden. Ain't nothing more beautiful than that. And hello, Havor. Welcome. Cliff Rockslide. Bases are loaded and Casey's at bat. Are you comfortable with moving and interacting with the environment? Yes, that's the spirit. There's really nothing much to it. Follow my lead and point the camera in the right direction. You can zoom in with left trigger and right trigger buttons, but some footage needs to be captured when zoomed, other stuff in a broader picture. Just remember the golden rule of outlining. Green is for widescreen, purple is for zoom. Why don't you give the zooming a go? Frame my sweet arcade machine in the shot. Excellent. Let's see that camera work. One more flame on the on the flat screen on the right for a widescreen shot. Great, I knew you could do it. Now that we've gotten the obvious stuff out of the way, let's talk a bit about what we're doing here. Like I said, I run the biggest streaming service around here. We report everything. There's your Mets bot score, Jimmy. My dream is to gather over 100 subscribers so that I could dip into the sweet, sweet advertising money. And when we get there, you'll get your cut too. You can see the subscriber count on top of the right corner of your camera. I'm off to a good start, and I expect to hit double digits next week. With your help, maybe even sooner. People generally subscribe when they like the content, and unsubscribe if they dislike it. So you have to point your camera carefully. Gaining an audience is hard, but losing it is easy. Oof! I'm not doing this for the moolah. Just a little economical gain is a good motivator. Just remember that we're in this for journalism. That was a nice play at home. I bet you Jimmy isn't even watching the game. We need to keep our audience happy, so focus on the footage you're shooting. We don't want to scare them away. I don't expect you to know everything off the bat, and I'll reward you for your work. With these awesome star stickers, Cliff Rockslide's appreciation is way more valuable than money. Doubt. That's pretty much it. Let's get to reporting. Stream engaged. We got ourselves one heck of a story to kick things off. My sources report that Mrs. Riverbend has a giant pumpkin in her front yard. This might be a wild goose chase, but we need to check it out. Hello, Ima. Welcome to Cliff Rockslide. I didn't even check TA how this game is. Cliff Rockslide. Only 2 people, well, 8 people have played it and 2 have completed it. Trust the town police. Okay, we gotta trust them. We gotta stay stable. We gotta worship Satan. Run like the wind. News never sleeps. Where'd he go? Jeez.
Breaking news.
Hello, Mrs. Riverbend. Well, hello there, young man. Are you here for your internet home video? It's called a stream, but yes, I am. I want you to meet my new associate, the camera person. Nice to meet you, dear. I'm so happy that Cliff doesn't have to be alone anymore. What? We're here about the pumpkin. My source didn't lie. It's humongous. This is Cliff Rockslide, and I'm reporting live from the yard of Miss Riverbend. She has made botanical history with her out of this world. I cannot stop moving the camera. Out of this world pumpkin. Miss Riverbend, tell us everything. Well, I was pretty surprised when I found it in my garden. I planted the seeds yesterday, and the pumpkin had broken through my greenhouse window last night. It took me ages to drag it here. You mean this happened overnight? It sure did. And I've never seen anything like this in my entire life. Not even in the 60s. Back then we had plenty of plant-related weirdness going on. That's incredible. This camera moves so jerky. Miss Riverbend, this indeed is one of the most spectacular things my eyes have ever witnessed. What are your plans regarding this record-breaking natural wonder? I don't know. A pumpkin pie made from this could feed an entire army. Obviously, I'm not going to do that since I've been strictly anti-war for decades. So, if you're hungry for a huge pumpkin pie or for world peace, remember, contact Mrs. Riverbend. We'll keep you informed on this developing story. Thank you, Mrs. Riverbend. Do you have anything to add? Any final thoughts? Well, you might want to talk to Hoss Beaverton. I bought a flask of new manure from him, and I suspect it had something to do with this. Hoss Beaverton. Hello, M317. Welcome to the local news. We just had this manure in the 60s. It would have been flour over power. I'm doing well. Need to wet my whistle. Didn't realize how much reading I was going to do today. I can't imagine what kind of animal could produce something this potent. Hoss. Could cure world hunger. World hunger. Hoss Beaverton? That would be the day. Anyway, this local news with Cliff Rockslide. Thank you, Miss Riverbend, for the story, which certainly got me gasping for air. Remember to like and subscribe so you don't miss anything. Always a pleasure, my dear. Say hello to your mom for me, okay? Sheesh, sure thing, Miss Riverbend.
Epic reporting.
Hey, I got 3 likes. Hey, hold on a minute. I'm so thirsty from all this running and reporting. I could really use a cup of coffee at this point. You gotta stay hydrated. And this goes to the viewers as well. You can never drink too much. Water. You can never drink too much water. You can easily drink too much Tabasco sauce, for example, or ink. Actually, any amount of ink is too much to drink. Well, enough with the critical health tips. I'll race you to the coffee shop. Which way did he go? Hello. Hello there. I haven't seen you around. Welcome to Butterfly Valley, stranger. I hate to be a party pooper. You are clearly enjoying yourself. Who am I kidding? I'm an elementary school teacher. I love making people feel miserable. And House Flipper 2 has been flipped. As a matter of fact, I worked the official introductory citizen here at our beloved town. And I also provide you with useful tips during your stay, whether it's business or pleasure, or both. I noticed you already met Cliff. If you ever get lost, just press left bumper or right bumper to bring up the useful compass screen. I also enforce the edutainment content of your journey. It's not all fun and games. You know, you are on a quest to become a journalist. Or that's what I've heard, at least. So keep your eyes and ears open, okay? You never know when your journalistic skills will be put to a test. And please try not to harass any upper middle class people while you're at it. We're suffering bad enough as it is. Yes, ma'am. The other half is, woof, brutal. Well, if it isn't the local law enforcement. Hi, Cliff. How's everything? Any interesting news stories to share? Don't encourage him. I just want to eat this donut of mine in peace. Is that too much to ask? Here's a breaking story for you. Police officer needlessly distracted by a grown man pretending to have a job. Sergeants Rick and Pecker. Life in the local news business is always busy, but I'm never too busy to catch up with the po-po. Do you have any news for me? Or the stream audience? You ain't actually my first choice for a trustworthy media person around this town. But, to tell you the truth, we only have the same old story, nothing special going on. Nonsense. You just have to keep your eyes open. We just reported a major news event regarding a pumpkin the size of a small car. Technically, it's a 25-digit code, so the first half depends on where you cut the code. I bet you didn't know about that. Wow, that does sound amazing. I told you, don't encourage him. And now, we didn't know about it because we don't have jurisdiction over attraction-hungry vegetables. That's why I can't arrest you. So what are you going to do here? Hunting down dangerous criminals, or just ensuring the safety of the good people of Butterfly Valley? Currently, we're investigating the sound of an annoying streaming man-child can be ignored with a very determined donut eating. Sorry, Cliff. Nothing newsworthy to give you. I don't think that the low quality of coffee in this place is actually news for anyone. Dang, I was hoping for a scoop. My audience craves for exclusive content. Yeah, all 10 of them. Shut up, twerp. Rix, did you hear something? Yeah, some weird noise coming from the gas station across the street. Tell me you got that. What the heck happened? Come on, Rix. Dude, get out of my face! Let's hustle. I hope no one got hurt.
Breaking news.
Jeez, Mr. Pecker, that was some loud bang. Sweet cheese and crackers. Son, what the heck just happened? Well, at first, I was jamming hard to this guitar solo playing on the radio. Then I ran into a pothole and the van doors opened. Good thing the barrel rolled out of here before it exploded. This is Cliff Rockslide, and I'm bringing you exclusive content. Do you realize what could have happened? You're right next to a gas station. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know that gas station owners are super afraid of explosions. How do they survive the 4th of July with all the fireworks going on? You dimwit. You could have destroyed half the town with your shenanigans. What was in that barrel? I don't know. It was supposed to deliver to the farm. Hoss Beaverton told me to pick it up from the woods. There was just the barrel, nothing else. Dear viewers, this is a live report of a massive explosion which happened only minutes ago. Okay, we need to calm the situation. This could have been ended real bad, and it still can, so let's not waste any time. Hello, Jordan. There you have it. An official statement from the fire department of Butterfly Valley. We avoided a real catastrophe here. There's an unavoidable personal catastrophe. Cannot talk today. Coming for you if you don't shut your pie hole. Take it easy, Cliff. Take it easy. Cliff's just doing his job. Shooting home videos for a handful of nerds counts as a job? Yes, it does. Those nerds have the same rights to know the truth as anyone. Second thing, there's now at least 2 handfuls of them. Hey, Mr. Pecker. What? Can I go? I really need to get to the farm. You're not going anywhere. We're gonna go to the police station to figure this out. To the police station? You're in big trouble, sonny boy. Dear viewers, it looks like things are escalating. Yeah, we got Mr. Pecker and Miss Beaverton. Pecker, you know that our work requires calm conditions. Could you start assuring them by giving us some peace from the media? My pleasure. You turn off the camera right this instant. And there you have it, folks. Butterfly Valley Police is trying to suppress the freedom of press. I didn't say what her first name was. One more peep out of you and you're coming with us. Hello, SML.
Epic reporting.
I got 13 likes. Sheesh, that was intense. They surely left in a hurry. Too bad they took everything newsworthy with them. Come on. It's good so far. Since my body is carrying an exceptional mind, I have to give my body a bit of a rest. Also, we need to think about our next move. All the arrows seem to be pointing at Hoss Beaverton's farm. But we can't go confront him without anything concrete. Sorry, it's Mr. Beaverton. Manure can be explosive, so there's nothing we can pin on Hoss yet. We need to dig deeper. I'm pretty sure Jeb wasn't alone. I think I saw someone running away from the car. This is a perfect opportunity for you to learn about investigation journalism. I'll take a breather while you go and chat with eyewitnesses. I suspect there will be plenty of them at the gas station. And while you're there, say hi to Doug for me. Hi, doggo. I really love this coffee shop. Yes, I know, and I really appreciate all you've done for me. It just feels so civilized, like on the old continent. Yes, that's what I've heard from you. But there's still something lacking here. Oh, here we go again. Yappity yap. It could be even more European and more civilized. I've traveled to many countries and visited numerous coffee shops. You could really use my expertise on the subject. Please spare me from that Dunning-Kruger crap, okay? Dunning-Kruger. What? Can't you see? I'm trying to help you with my knowledge. You are greatly overestimating your knowledge and expertise on coffee shops. That's the very definition of Dunning-Kruger effect. Consider yourself educated. I'd be more careful if I were you. You know, I'm a mighty man around here and can make your business sink in no time. Rude. Well, at least you managed to make this place feel more European right away by acting like a Sicilian mafia boss. Writing nice stuff about my place doesn't give you the right to walk all over me. Keep that in mind, Clarence. While you're done, finally show yourself out. I got my hands full with the stupid mining history display. Huh. I'm starting to see a new headline. The coffee is not the only bitter thing served in our local coffee shop. They left the donuts behind. Pretty crazy, that explosion, huh? Yes. I mean, I've never seen anything like that. And yet, I don't feel scared at all. Isn't that weird? I guess my generation has witnessed so much bad stuff in our lives that we've grown numb at everything. Take that cup of latte I had a few moments ago, for example. How could I have any hope for a better future while having coffee that awful? It's a clear sign that humanity has given up. You were there, right? Did you see the girl? No. There was this girl, about my age, with colored hair and a green jacket. Didn't seem to belong here. Surprisingly stylish compared to all the other valley rednecks. Seemed to be aware what shower is, for example. If local news. You should probably try and find her. That's what I would do. I'm willing to bet she's one of the summer residents of the cult. Every summer they attract a bunch of young people to the lakeside. Cult might be a bit of a strong word, but I don't know any alternative. They're harmless, though they hang out at the lake. They've never bothered me, but I'm more of a secular kind of girl. It's definitely something you and that camera of yours should check out. I have to get back to my phone. I need to post a photo of the explosion so that my friends know I'm okay, or that I exist. That blast was epic! That's the kind of stuff you normally only see in video games. Here I was minding my own business, and suddenly, boom! Man, I'm lucky to be alive. I saw Jeb driving the van. We used to play football in high school. Jeb got well. Quite a few hits in his head. And he wasn't going to be the Nobel Prize winner even before that. So I was really surprised to see him driving a car, and not surprised at all to see him cause an accident. Though, that farm would be a workplace safe. I thought that farm would be a workplace safe enough for him. Farm? Last time I spoke with Jeb, he said he was working for Haas Beaverton. He had big plans for himself. He said that they were doing something revolutionary with fertilizers. He got all worked up. He was talking like he is the founder of some kind of huge tech startup. All that over manure, not rocket shoes or afternoon trips to the moon, but over animal poop replacement. That's just cray-cray. How does one even create a billion-dollar fertilizer industry? I bet it's really hard to get super trendy with something super smelly. But some very smelly people have made millions in their garages, so I guess it's possible. Hello, Wiener. Cheers! You must be Cliff's new friend. Yes. Sweet. Cliff and I go way back. It's nice to see his streaming business growing. You know, I was his first follower. That explosion sure was something. At least a dozen of my soda bottles popped, and it was so difficult to get the soda back inside the bottles. Gross. Oh, sure there's some dirt in it now, but no problem. I just call it Artisan Doug's Crunchy Countryside Soda. And people call this town uneventful. First, that badger bit off the main power line of the town, and bang, just 10 years later, this huge explosion happens. I bet those cultists hanging out by the lakeside have something to do with this. I don't trust them. They have super weird outfits. You're in a hot dog, bruh. And I could swear I heard a large explosion around the lake a couple weeks ago. It was a lot louder than this. I really hope you two can get to the bottom of this. And maybe, after that hard work, you can enjoy some Artisan Doug's Countryside Soda. By the way, did Cliff send his regards? Nice try, buddy. I know he did. The bond between a loyal wiener salesman and his best customer is unbreakable. Okay. Here you are. Did you learn anything new? Cult. I've heard rumors about the cult. We should check that out. It sounds very newsworthy. But it'll have to wait. We need to be somewhere. Mr. Wilson has a new dog, and animals are always news. Let's get a move on. Dude, why do you run? I got stuck by a tree.
Breaking news.
Hello there, Mr. Wilson. Hello, Cliff. I didn't realize you'd be here so fast. Speed is our pride and joy. News must travel fast. Yes, so I've been trying to reach you, see? Dear viewers, we're in the heart of human interest stories, as Mr. Wilson has just acquired a new dog for himself. Please tell us all about it. That's what I wanted to talk to you about. You see, I lost my glasses. Isn't it true that you found this poor animal in the woods when you were taking a walk? Yes, that's exactly what happened. But like I said, I didn't have my glasses. Wow, you adopted the dog then and there? Well, he or she, I haven't had the courage to find out, was very forthcoming and seemed friendly, so I took the poor animal home. The first thing I did was washing the creature, or rather I tried to wash it. You see, I was getting more certain that it's not. Mr. Wilson, you are truly a national treasure, a dog's best friend. Wait a minute, Cliff. The trouble started at the moment I got home with the animal, because then I found my eyeglasses. Were you keeping the dog? Where are you keeping the dog? Our viewers would love to see the star of the story. Inside, right behind the very door. I'm outside for a good reason. Dear viewers, I don't know about you, but I'm dying to see the dog. It's not a dog. Mr. Wilson, let us see your new friend. By all means, but I wouldn't open that door if I were you. My, aren't you a big fella? Be careful, Cliff. I'm not sure if this is a good idea. Hey, don't show your teeth at me. I just want to give you a belly rub. Belly rubs? Oh my. Wait a minute. You're not a dog. Not a dog? Darn. I was worried that you'd say that. It's a wolf. Thank you for confirming that. I was suspecting that very same thing. Then why the heck did you contact us and not the police? I needed someone to verify it's a dog or a wolf. That's not a police matter. That's a job for a reporter. Hello, Gif. Hello, Dementia. So thank you for your help. I'm so relieved to finally find that out. Relieved you have a wild, angry wolf inside your house. That doesn't bother me at all. What really scares me is the unknown. Now that I know the creature is a wolf, I can be at peace with this situation. Thank you, Cliff. And you're not afraid to go back in? Should we call the police? No, I'm not scared at all. I think the wolf also needs some private time to process this latest information about him or her. Not being a dog. Better leave the creature to it. Right. Well, dear audience, what a powerful news story. It speaks to all of us. It speaks to us all. When was the last time you checked your pet's authenticity? Evening, GoldenEye, and chat. If there's a wolf in a dog's clothing living inside your house, this is the crucial information and questions only local news and Cliff Rockslide can bring. Remember to like and subscribe. It looks like we're overstaying our welcome. There can only be one alpha. Oh geez. Just follow me and keep streaming. I'll try to outrun the beast. Dude, it took off when I was still reading. That was tough.
Epic reporting.
Epic reporting. Are you alright? Yeah, thanks to you. That was a real wolf. I know, because it was alone, and the wolves are always alone, like Cliff Rockslide. A lone, brave wolf. Right. Anyway, Mr. Wilson called. Mr. Wilson called it in a second ago, saying you were running for your dear life. He had found the animal from the woods and thought it was a dog. Yep, I was able to piece all that together myself. Not that I don't love scoops, but I prefer not to be eaten by them. I don't think I've ever run that fast. That wolf has a stellar career as a personal trainer. Listen, I've been meaning to talk to you about what happened. Let's take a ride, shall we? Remember, it's not easy for me to trust you. This time has to be strictly off the record. Of course, we always protect our sources, and we're not recording anything at the moment. Also, strictly off the stream. What? But that's do I have to remind you about Badger-related trust issues? Come on, Cliff. If you haven't changed one bit, you can as well step out of the vehicle. No, you're right. Hey, backseat. Shut the stream. You would have stopped the vehicle before me getting out, right? Most likely. But I could still change my mind. Now listen, I'm pretty sure that something strange is going on. Explosions just don't happen around here. Agreed. The pumpkin, for example. Cliff, be serious. I am. That explosive barrel was being transported to Haas's farm. Well, Miss Riverbend got her manure from Haas. And the pumpkin grew gigantic overnight. That can't be a coincidence. There are 677 gamers in front of me on TA. Sus. You might be right, but there's more. The moment I mentioned Haas and his farm, Pecker got upset and defensive. What a peckerhead. I wanted to go and see for myself what's happening there, but he insisted that we'd look for clues elsewhere. Interesting. Does Pecker have something to hide? The jokes just set themselves up. I don't think so. He just gets on his heels every time he feels something traditional, like farming, is questioning in any way. He thinks he has the case closed with Jeb behind the bar. Do you think that Jeb could have orchestrated something like this? Orchestrated? Jeb? No way! That guy can't handle a pair of rhythm sticks. Cliff, I need to ask you a favor. Could you go to Haas's farm tomorrow and see if there's something we should be worried about? Could you be my undercover news reporter? Me and Haas aren't exactly on good terms. I know. This is a tall order, but it would really be helpful. Darn. Of course I will help you. That's what journalists do. And if there's indeed something going on, I owe it to my subscribers to uncover it. Thanks, Cliff. I really appreciate this. What the heck's going on? What are you doing here? Hello, Melvin. How many times do I have to tell you that my name is Cliff? Cliff Rockslide. Right, sorry, of course. I can use your fake name, Melvin. What is it? Cliff Side Melvin? Don't tell me you came all the way for trying to insult me with kindergarten stuff. What's next? Are you gonna threaten me with a finger gun? Bang bang! No. I'm not here to insult you or threaten you. I just came to welcome you back. It's always nice to see one of my apprentices return. I left the Herald and Butterfly Valley because of your incompetence as a journalist. I'm not your apprentice in any way. Well, that might be true. No apprentice of mine would fail this miserably. Again, why are you here? Besides the fact that your job doesn't require any actual work, so you have plenty of time to just troll people? Made-up news channel is fine when you're 10, but an adult man? I'm worried about you. As I always am worried about the well-being of the people of our community. Yeah, right. The great philanthropist. Like that one time you harassed that hip-hop kid out of the Butterfly Valley. I didn't harass anyone. I told the community the truth about the gang wars, soon reaping our beloved town. They always start with rap music. There was this one kid, not a gang or two rivaling gangs, and he didn't make rap music or do any gang stuff. He was a talented street dancer. Well, have there been any gang wars in Butterfly Valley after we got rid of that troublemaker? Checkmate. Z formation. I have to say, you really put effort into your stupidity. Tell you what, don't embarrass yourself anymore with this streaming nonsense. Focus on cat videos. They're so popular that even you might have a moderate success. That's what it takes, cat videos. And let your lying piece of toilet paper be the only news media in Butterfly Valley? No way. I've been running the local newspaper for decades, and that's where the folks have always read their news. We know everything happening here. Oh yeah? I bet you don't have a clue what's happening today. You mean that accident? We have exclusive interview from the police. We also found several eyewitnesses who saw the whole thing. That's super, but we have a clue you don't have, and we're really going to get to the bottom of this. Hello, Jimmy! Thank you for that raid. Welcome to the local news with Cliff Rockslide. Did you get through all 13 days? For me, it seems that you well reached the bottom already. Laugh all you want, but it's going to be yesterday's news tomorrow. Pavors gave up. That's a tough game. I've already covered the whole thing on my live stream. It's so great that at least 12 people wasting their lives on the computer saw that live on your channel. But the people actually living here will trust the Valley Herald, like they've always done. You'll soon learn this yourself. But if it is necessary for you to drag yourself across the mud, so be it. Let's see how far he got. Project 13. So he got to day 6. I got to day 8. So I only made it 2 more days than he did. You don't have to be dragged along. Kid with the camera, you seem to have a real talent. Or rude nighttime. Alexa, turn off the Xbox. Doesn't work. If you want to put that talent to real use in the real news media, just call me. I hate that guy. Just hate him. Everything he does mocks everything the journalism stands for. Alexa, stop. When I was working for him, he didn't even pay me. He ordered me to do this and that, and was always promising that after a while, he would pay me, which is totally different from what we're doing here. Sus. You're already getting paid with all this experience you're getting. That's something you can't buy. It's like love. You can't buy that either. So what I'm giving you is as valuable as love. That's pretty awesome, don't you think? Everything is awesome. Besides, I got a clue that can bring us a big audience and bring us closer to earthly wealth as well. I don't want to say that because it might actually buy something off of my wife's Amazon. First thing in the morning, we're going to head out to Hoss Beaverton's farm. We'll see what that manure stuff is all about. All about that bass, no trouble. It's like we journalists always say, follow the smell. Or was it follow the money? Always, we'll see in the morning. Anyways, we'll see in the morning. Try to get some sleep, and thanks for the great job today. You really have what it takes. Love for all consoles.
It's a wrap.
Day 1. No explosion, just a pothole. God, that's hard to read.
Day 2, a family affair.
I can't believe that gaffe I read in the Herald this morning. Clarence's exclusive report was nothing but falsehoods from top to bottom. He single-handedly decided that it was an accident and nothing weird is going on. That man calls himself a journalist. Can you believe that? Boneless wings. That's what I'm talking about. No one who understands one bit of news media would call him a journalist. It's more propaganda than news. Everybody loves his stupid newspaper because he keeps on talking about how unique Great Butterfly Valley is. I mean, I don't mind chicken nuggets. Just don't call them wings. We don't even get proper coffee because he just keeps talking on how wonderful European it is that we have a coffee shop. For the money? Money, 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 money! Money! No wonder they're going out of business. That coffee tastes awful. Every time. I bet that if an actual French person would taste that, he would instantly put up a fight. Well, maybe not French. I think they'd just surrender instantly and just drink it and cry. But you get the point. I need to calm my nerves. Clarence will get what's coming to him. We have to fight to keep the flame of journalism burning. Okay, we're almost there. I wonder what we'll find out. Those pumpkins and tomatoes on the right sure do look a lot bigger than usual, don't you think? Yes. Miss Riverbend might have provided us with an intriguing new story. That's exactly what my channel needs. Alright, we're scanned. So Jimmy made it to day 2. The game's not over yet. Okay, we're here. Nobody has noticed us. So let's do a little bit of digging before we start asking questions. Keep Grimace off my TV. Do you even have the game on? Dang nabbit, I'd rather be anywhere else than here. Farms are the opposite of news media. News is about things happening, and there's never anything happening on a farm. Umpire cam. Well, except for the gargantuan vegetables pushing from the ground. My dear audience, today I, Cliff Rockslide, have just arrived to the local Beaverton farm to find some answers. As all my loyal followers know, our beloved town was shaken by an unexpected explosion. Some of you might ask, what are expected explosions then? But unfortunately, we don't have time for that introspection right now. We're too busy trying to connect this peaceful-looking farm to that explosion. Remember that the driver causing the accident was delivering a barrel to this location. Let's start by checking out those fields we drove past. If those are pumpkins, Haas could actually cure world hunger. Who would have thought? Dear viewers, we're about to enter the den of the dragon. Dun dun dun. We're keeping the stream flowing, so remember to like, share, and especially smash that subscribe button. This is Local News with Cliff Rockslide.
Breaking news.
Wow, this is just incredible. Dear viewers, can you believe your eyes? These are apparently tomatoes, but they're the size of beach balls. Haven't seen anything like this. Oh, here comes a farmer. Except for that almost identical giant vegetable we reported on yesterday. Awful. This game is not available yet. It comes out in 2 days. You can't even pre-order it yet. But after that, I haven't seen anything like this. Dear viewers, this is Cliff Rockslide, live at the Haas Beaverton's farm, right here at Butterfly Valley, bringing you this amazing exclusive report. This could be very well a vegetable revolution, a tomato takeover on New World Donation. This is the national news, baby. Those of you who are watching, spread the word. Everybody needs to know. In your face, Clarence Spud. I bet you don't have this kind of content. Try to make paper planes out of your newspaper. Maybe then it will actually reach someone. Ooh, burn. We're bringing you tomorrow's news today. Just look at the pumpkins. Miss Riverbend didn't exaggerate one bit. Even that little one is huge, as she said. If this doesn't make you feel small, I don't know what does. How about the owner of the farm telling you have 2 seconds to explain yourself before he'll make a haystack out of you? Hello, boss. I got a hot tip about your farm. Ain't nothing newsworthy here, boy. Try to make that argument when you're not standing next to a pumpkin bigger than a car, and we'll see if it gets any more credible. We don't want any more attention. Things are crazy enough already. Oh yeah? Care to elaborate? Since when did you get interested about the difficulties this farm is having? Didn't seem to bother you one bit last time. Dad, please. That took a turn. I mean, Mr. Beaverton, sir, let's try not to focus on the case here. Yeah, exactly. And that case is taking care of the farm. Don't make it any harder by advertising my place to even a bigger bunch of weirdos. I have my hands full already. I'm so very sorry for giving some media space for your business. What an awful person would do to his family. You're right. Sorry, Cliff. It's good to see you. Just try not to cause any more trouble for this farm, okay? Go say hi to Nan and Lila. They haven't seen you in ages. Sure thing, Dad.
Not terrible.
Oh, that's my first 2-star. Sir, care for an exclusive interview? Sir, I just want to ask a few questions. Sir, why are the pumpkins so large? Sir, why are you ignoring me? Sir, why are you walking on flowers? Sir, hello? Hello? That guy would not talk to me. No comment. Family is the worst, eh? So yeah, Haas is my dad. We don't get along that well. Thank you. Twins won their last 10 games. Interesting. I don't follow the Twins. My team is New York, big city of dreams. But not the New York that's winning. He wanted me to continue his work on the farm, but let's just say that I had some opinions about whether a person should spend his whole life... Wow. Hello, Hidden. His whole life waiting for the plants to grow. Your hometown is Minnesota? I mean, my hometown is the Dodgers, but... I don't want to get in on his bad side. Let's keep it low profile. Dear audience, we will keep the stream going. I'm not going to let personal relationships obstruct me from finding the truth. I should go catch up with Lila. Maybe she could shed some light to this confusing vegetable situation. I don't know why it doesn't work for you, Griffin. It should. It's set to everybody. Thank you for that resub, Mr. Coolness. Very much appreciated. Welcome to Cliff Rockslide. That's a weird gif. That one's not changing. I mean, that changed. That one changed. Those ones didn't. Sometimes those ones are delayed. The game's not out, Jordan. I don't have spares for pre-release games. Oh, hi Melvin. Fancy seeing you here. We're just here to see if there's something worth reporting. I see you have some nice vegetables. Nice vegetables. And please, call me Cliff, okay? Oh, you'll always be Melvin for me, brother dearest. But speaking of the vegetables, it's nice underplaying it a bit, don't you think? I reckon you've never seen anything like this. Never. Nice tomatoes. Actually, I saw an even bigger one in Miss Riverbend's yard. Did you eat her mushroom stew again? I told you to stay away from that stuff. What? No. We made a story about it for my news stream. She said she got the manure from Haas. There seems to be quite a demand for these. Yep. All these people came from the big city to get their own. I guess word travels fast. I would have never thought vegetables would get people waiting in line, outside the elections, that is. Not just any vegetables. These are the ones one of a kind. You can't get them anywhere else. I suppose you can't. Care to share how you managed to grow them this big? Nice try, brother. We're not going to spill our gigantic beans all over the internet. This is Beaverton's family secret. That green worked. Fan gamer? Come on, Yankees. Don't be this bad. Come on, the public deserves to know. Well, you are family. But Haas told us to keep quiet. I'm pretty sure it would be a different story if you work here. But you made your choice. You better talk to Haas, okay? I'd love to chat. But you won't believe the questions these city folk are asking. It's funny they turned the lights off there. If I have to answer one more customer asking, are these vegetables 100% vegan? I'm gonna lose it. Oh, go say hi to Nan. I just left her coffee table. She'd love to see you. You think so? Is she still as bitter as before? Even worse. Nice. Ranch. Hello, Moo Cow. Well, look what the cat killed. Maimed, ate, puked again, and dragged straight to my doorstep. Hi, Nan. Nice to see you. It's been ages since I've seen you. Everybody just forgets poor old Nan. Oh, come on. There are literally dozens of people on the farm. You're at a shouting distance to everybody, and you love to shout at people. It's not the same thing. I don't know these people. Shouting only feels like something when you shout to someone you hate to love. Hate to love. Lila told me she just left your coffee table. That was hours ago. Hours? I can smell the coffee in her breath, unfortunately. It feels like hours. I'm an old woman. Why do you have to be so mean? You poor thing. You'll probably be the first person on Earth to die because of loneliness while surrounded by a thick crowd. It's not a laughing matter. Can't you see? I'm suffering. Yes, I can. It brings me great joy. That's my boy. It's good to have you back. You always know how to make me smile. Good to see you too, Nan. So how are things around here? I'm waiting for my death, which is approaching every minute. I hope that you will at least visit my grave every once in a while. Can I get a quick update on the things before you kick the bucket? Both your life and my interest in your life are fading quickly, so let's not waste any time. See, that's why you should have stayed on the farm and listened to your old man. With a mouth like that, you can get rid of those trendy big city idiots in a few minutes. Boss is a sissy, and so is everybody else, except you and me. What's up with you? You still work for Clarence? That was years ago. I'm running my own news service now. That's the spirit. Where can I order your newspaper? Nan, it's not a newspaper. I'm running a streaming service. Oh, I never thought you'd be into rivers and boats, but it's good to get some fresh air. I didn't know you could wear a suit on a job like that. It's not that kind of streaming, it's internet stuff. Jeez, Mom. Well, of course it is. Not a single word today means what it meant yesterday. It's one of those reasons why I'm so eagerly waiting to die. Cool. Anyway, it means I'm having my own TV channel on the internet. TV on the internet? How does that work? Pretty much the same how TV works on a TV. You watch it with your eyes and you listen with your ears. That's a good sign. Have you made any recent stories of anyone dying? You really like to stick to a theme, don't you? No, I haven't. Think. Nope. Although I just got a hint to that a mean old geezer sitting on a porch of a farmhouse might bore a handsome news streamer to death. Oh, Melvin, it's so good to have you back. Always a pleasure. See you later. Just like that ball. Into the bullpen. If I don't die before that. I really love that wrinkly bag of evil. But enough with the pleasantries. We have to take a look around. I want to get to the bottom of these giant vegetables. There has to be some kind of connection to the explosion yesterday. Let's poke Haas a bit and see what happens. What on earth is keeping that bolt in place? I swear, this is the last time I'm fixing this piece of junk for Bob. I see you're keeping yourself busy. No, I'm not. I am busy. Not that you know the difference. I wouldn't mind a hand. Sorry, Dad. I don't know anything about things with engines. I'm more of a people person. Come on, Judge. That's the surprise of the century. And Judge flies out. Anyhow, what's happening? I'm pretty sure ferns don't grow this big with just animal discharges. Like I said, Cliff, it's none of your concern. Last thing I need you is nosing around with that camera of yours. I saw Jeb the other day. He was on his way here, but was interrupted with a blast that nearly destroyed half the town. Any idea what he was hauling? Jeb ain't exactly a brain surgeon. I don't know what he was up to, but that explosion has nothing to do with me or the farm. That's interesting. He specifically mentioned you and the farm. Look, Jeb talks a lot of baloney. You know that. The situation was sorted with the police, and nobody got hurt. Why don't you just let it slide? Hello, BX. Welcome to the local news with Cliff Rockslide. The news story of a century. Dad, this is serious. It ain't nothing more than an unfortunate blunder. The public deserves to know what happened. Sure, and they can read all about it in the Valley Herald. Valley Herald? You talked to Clarence? Like I said, this was an unfortunate accident, which has nothing to do with my farm. And that's all there is to it. That's what I told Clarence. I don't buy it. There has to be more than just that. I've had it with you. You've made it quite clear that you don't want to have anything to do with your family. So stick to it, or I'll use a stick to make a scarecrow out of you. You can't silence me. I'm going to find out what's going on with or without your help. Fine. Make a fuss about nothing and waste your time. That's what you're good at. If only you'd used this much energy on finding a proper job instead of pestering people. Pest. The truth shall prevail. Mark my words. I bet that a scarecrow that never shuts up and just wanders around being annoying could be quite effective. Don't make me test that theory. Nice chat, Dad. This is getting nowhere. I'm not really interested in starting a bird scare business, so let me think what to do. I think it's time for you to spread your wings and try some flying. I'll keep Haas busy for a while. Make those minutes count with some investigative journalism.
Special investigation.
Oh geez, I gotta run. Dubstep rules, don't you just love it? Sure. Awesome. I got these new Volco's noise-canceling headphones that are freaking awesome. I could totally focus on the music with no distractions. I wish I'd bought these sooner. The fidelity is just awesome. Can I help you with something? Wait, farm, Colt. What? Speak up. I can't hear you. What are you saying? You gotta speak louder. You wanna know about my aunt? Weird. What? You take care of yourself, okay? And trust the power. It helped me a lot. I was pretty anxious about guarding these barrels because I was told they might explode. The plants need this stuff to grow. Dubstep makes me think happy thoughts. You should try it too. I'm living my best life. Picture with the license plate. Hey, nerd. Vegetable stand is in the opposite direction. This area is restricted. No exceptions. You got that? Yes. Great. You've already seen the best of this place has to offer. Me. If you want any tips on how to be as outstanding alpha male as me, feel free to ask. A cult, you say? Why would I know anything about cults? Do I look like a scholar? No. That's good to hear. It means I could assure you about my total manliness without having to whoop your fanny with my awesome muscles. Tell you what, I think this little pop quiz is now over. You just take care of your own business and leave the farming to more capable hands. There's nothing to see here except my figure. Whoa, look at those chilies. Could you imagine chili peppers that big? You look like someone who could use some extra visibility, am I right? Sure. You came to the right place, my friend. I have these top-of-the-line subscribers for sale, you know. Bigger audience would do wonders for your channel. Let's do some business, shall we? That's what I'm talking about. You can have these subscribers for a very minimal cost. You see, I lost something very valuable to me, and I'm pretty sure it's somewhere around this farm. I was exploring the perimeter a few days ago and lost my pet penguin in the process. Chili McPenguin. It isn't exactly cut out to survive in this kind of environment. So I really appreciate if you could find him. Folks weren't jumping from joy when they figured out that Chili pretty much emptied the pond from fish. So my inquiries about the whereabouts of my pet were first met with ridicule, and after the whole fish incident, with blunt threats. 5-year-old Series X controllers input problems. I've never really used a controller more than a year, but to get 5 years out of one is really good. And $46 for a new one's not a bad price. What color is it? As I'm currently considered as a person of non grata, could you give me a hand here? Sure. Thanks, I really appreciate this. Chili should be around here somewhere. Well, the fish ain't biting today, same as yesterday. It's strange. There used to be loads of fish in this little pond. Standard black. I like the black. I mean, I have the Volt green. What can I do for you? Fish. I fished here my entire life. I thought the skills were rusty after winter, but I've been at it for days and nothing. Unfortunately, our sweaty hands push buttons all the time, and the controllers do wear out. So I think you could call this situation quite fishy. If you were my dad, he makes awful jokes. Speaking of which, I noticed there's a lot of less animals on the farm. Maybe Beaverton's focusing on vegetables for obvious reasons. Or maybe all the animals got crushed under those huge tomatoes. I wish they'd left the fish though. I'm bored out of my mind. There have been a lot of strange people hanging around Haas's farm during the past week or so. I'm not talking only about the city folk. People are carrying around these weird barrels with lights and all. Never seen barrels like that, except in video games. And in video games, barrels like that explode. That's why I'm staying away from them. My mom keeps telling me that you can't learn anything from video games, and told me to spend summer outside. Summer is no excuse to stop playing video games, right? I haven't seen the penguin. Pretty big sunflowers. There's a horse. Hey, we found a penguin. Just a little bit. I want to accidentally trigger that. Chili! Oh boy, I'm so happy to see you. You can't go wandering off like that. Thanks a million, pal. Here are those subscribers, just as promised. Now, if you excuse us, Chili and I need to start plotting for a world domination. Only 3 subscribers for getting you a penguin? Come on, you gotta sell me better subscribers than that. He's the Empire Penguin after all, born to rule the humankind. Man, what a ripoff. We only want the best sheep followers. Cheers, partner. Did you find out anything? Yeah, those got my attention too. Haas is in trouble with high technology such as electric toothbrushes, so they don't really fit the scene. Anything else worth mentioning? A block, you say? You must mean Danny Dumbbell. That's his nickname. Well, his new nickname. Previous was Brick. He show would put it. Would I put it? He'd be perfect chess opponent for Jeb Edson. If there was someone to make sure that those two don't eat all the chess pieces. Uh-oh. Ball hit the pitcher. Oh, just a glove hand. Hi sis, now's the time to tell me what's going on here. Geez, Mel, there's nothing going on here. I've had enough about this nonsense. You're selling vegetables the size of an elephant, and you think that's not suspicious? Come on, don't make a fuss about this. That's it. Cue the title.
Breaking news.
What the heck are you doing? This is Cliff Rockslide, reporting from Haas Beaverton's farm. There's a huge news story unfolding as the people are lining up to buy one-of-a-kind vegetables the size of small vehicles. I'm here with one of the workers of the farm, Layla Beaverton. Care to share your secret ingredients? Melvin, this is not funny. Don't try to confuse my audience by calling me a fake name. Tell me the truth. You're using some kind of special manure. Melvin, I already told you, I can't talk about it. Nonsense. The public deserves to know what you're putting in their food. This is not normal. These are just regular vegetables. They're a bit larger than usual, but other than that, there's nothing special about them. Ooh. They're a bit large, in the same sense that modern pop music is a bit shallow. This narrative is not believable. What narrative? You're imagining things and making something out of nothing. What on earth is going on here? What did I tell you about that camera? Sorry, Dad. I have a responsibility as a journalist to educate my viewers. Educate people you've had some knowledge about stuff? You're just looking for a scandal to exploit. Duh, it gets us viewers. You take that back. I just want to get to the bottom of this. I'm concerned about the safety of the good folk of Butterfly Valley. I mean, I bought 3. Clarence Spud says the same very thing, and for some reason, he doesn't have to drive people crazy while keeping us safe. What? Only thing he is keeping safe is his own business. He just decided that the explosion at the gas station was an accident without any further investigation. That was a freak accident. If you don't listen to me, listen to your sister. There's nothing to worry about. There's nothing to worry about? Why is that piece of second-rate beef called Danny Dubell blocking our access to some parts of the farm? For Christ's sake. Look, if you turn that camera off, I'll show you what's going on. I might consider it if you let me run a news story on whatever is happening here. Son of a biscuit eater, fine, but only if you stop stirring any more drama. That's what I've been asking this whole time. I'm not making a reality show keeping up with the Beavertons. I'm a news reporter. Dear viewers, stay on the stream. We're about to uncover the biggest news event in history. Don't go anywhere.
Epic reporting.
Sweeterino, I definitely smell a news report brewing. You just wait one darn second. What do you think you're doing, Haas? I'm gonna show him what we're doing here. Are you crazy? He's a reporter. And not a reporter like Clarence. He can actually do some harm to us. Do I have to remind you that this place, I'm the boss, and you do what I say, Danny? Yeah, Danny. So you're boss Beaverton now? I can still change my mind, Cliff. Sorry, Dad. You have to admit, it was a bit funny, though. I admit nothing. Oh, there's a cliff. People are going to find out about this sooner or later, Danny. No point in trying to hide it. I don't know about this, Haas. He reeks trouble. Yeah, dude, he reeks. He is trouble. But he's also my son, trying to make a living. Make his living with something semi-decent. Be gentle, okay? You're dealing with your family legacy, like it or not. I sure hope my family's legacy is built on something that can be revealed to the public audience. Fair enough. I'll give you a tour. Follow me. Look at those carrots. Wow, these vegetables are gigantic. I've never seen an onion this enormous in my entire life. What onion? I guess that's an onion. If Miss Riverbend's pumpkin was large, this best dwarfed it in size. How is this even possible? And don't tell me that the secret ingredients are love and care, because then steroids are also about love and care. I understand your ambitions, Cliff, but I really don't want to reveal my secrets all over the internet. So why did you even bring me here if you ain't gonna tell me what's going on? Besides, with vegetables this big, you could cure world hunger. You'd be a hero. They would spoil bad, or fast. Sure, because people on the internet love individuals who want to do some good and treat them with respect. That's not how it's gonna roll. More likely, I get a ton of hate mail for being a virtual signaling? Tomato hugger. And someone uses my secret to build a bomb or Ponzi scheme. There's a very good reason why I stay away from computer stuff, and that is because I don't want to start hating the whole world. What about the sales, Dad? I could provide you some help with marketing. Your vegetables are going to be an international success. If hearsay's brought this many customers around, think about what would happen nationally or internationally with some proper advertising. Are you about making news or commercials? Come on, Cliff, pick a thing. I'm about making money. You can't just say whatever gets you through. You really have to stick to your principles. Economic news are also news. Well, sometimes at least. News stories about a small countryside business expanding to international level are very popular nowadays. Well, let me stop you right there. I'm not interested in expanding. We've been a small business for generations, and that's what will be in the future too, despite the size of our product. Come on now. Come on, now you're being modest. Simply for show. You need to think bigger, much bigger. No, that's you, not me. You constantly think too big, and that's why you struggle with all the small things. I have very little interest in anything else than cultivating what naturally grows on the soil. It's not natural, it's sus. Naturally? You call this natural? Plastic Christmas tree is more natural than these monsters. You can film those vegetables all you want, but I have zero intentions to reveal my methods to that howling abyss called the internet. But that's the end of it. I have to attend my chores. Show yourself out once you're done. What a sourpuss. It's hard to believe that we're related. No, it's not. If I'd have a successful business, I'd share my success with my close ones, depending what it is. I mean, of course, I have successful businesses, and I'm already sharing my success with you. Did you have to walk here, or did I give you a ride with my car? Exactly, I do share. And that's why we have the advantage, and that's why we're going to figure out what's happening here. Let's nose around a bit, shall we?
Breaking news.
Just when I thought I've seen everything, a carrot the size of a spacecraft. I bet living inside that gigantic onion would still make people cry less than paying current rental prices. Hello 9! Hello Billibists. Dear viewers, this is local news with Cliff Rockslide. We're bringing you this developing story with larger-than-life vegetables. I mean, just look at that carrot. Have you seen anything like that before? I sure haven't. There's no need for panic. As far as we know, these vegetables do not threaten the public safety in any way, unless they run for Congress. To our knowledge, there's no supernatural elements present. It was a full moon last night, and turnips were reported running around. Having said that, we'll continue our rigorous efforts on uncovering this mystery. In the meantime, would you just feast your eyes on this magnificent ocean of never-before-seen footage of root stalks fit for kings? What's going on over there? I'd speculate, which we journalists never do. I'd say these kinds of results are not achieved naturally. We've already got hints about mystical manure playing some part in this process, and that very same fertilizer might have been behind yesterday's explosive news story. It all boils down to what this mysterious manure, where does it come from? And how is it affecting these carrots, onions, pumpkins, and whatnots? We'll get to the bottom of this. Cliff Rockslide doesn't sleep until our truth has been revealed, and neither should you. Unless you're like a jet pilot or a surgeon, then you definitely should sleep. It's really dangerous to practice those professions tired. The game only saves after the day ends? I don't know. This is local news with Cliff Rockslide, bringing you the latest news from Butterfly Valley.
Not terrible.
Hello. It makes sense. What the heck is going on there? They seem a bit out of place, don't you think? Hello there. Lovely day for a little dance, I see. Greetings to you as well. It's always a good day for a dance, today in particular. May I ask why? You may, but I may not answer. Though, one by one has blessed us again. One by one? Your beloved deity, a being in perfect harmony. These must be the cultists. Perfect deity in harmony? That's super interesting and not alienating at all. My name is Cliff Rockslide, and I run the most popular news stream around here. We don't speak to journalists. Our past experience with the media have not been encouraging. Don't you worry, I always treat my interviewees correctly. Do you happen to have any idea why vegetables around here need warning lights for air traffic? No. I just hope the farmer counts his blessings one by one has been good to him. Tell me more about this one by one. He or she sounds interesting. One by one defies definitions, and being with perfect dimensions, sent here to save us all. According to your geometrical phrase, your camp must work by the principle be there and be square. Nice try, but we don't participate in journalism or comedy. I see you're hauling pretty interesting looking barrels. What's in them? Those old things? Nothing you'd find interesting, I'm sure. I've never seen barrels like those before. They're interestingly on the outside, so surely the I just can't. Too many words today. Contents are interesting too. Not at all. It's like food packaging. Very nice and tempting on the outside. Revolting rubbish on the inside. Same story here. So you're storing your old garbage inside decorated barrels? Like any normal person would do in their most normal lives? Come on, Yankees. We need some outs. I don't like the direction this conversation is taking. It's starting to feel like an interrogation. Interrogation? No. Just a people person who likes to chat. We don't like snoopers. Like I said, these barrels and what's in them is none of your concern. Let me make a guess. These barrels are filled with manure? How dare you? These holy vessels contain the very essence of the Almighty one by one. So it's not manure then? It most certainly is not. Renounce your blasphemous ways. I take it from your reaction that you're not full of garbage either, unlike your previous statements before this very moment. Calling the most precious substance known in the universe manure is desecration. And for that, I curse you. By the holy metric, you shall never witness the perfect dimension of the one by one. Holy of the holiest. Wow, and I thought arguing with my dad on livestream was the most awkward thing happening today. Aren't you overreacting a tad bit? overreacting. I should strike you down with the power of the cube right now. Power of the cube compels you. But one by one teaches us to be patient and forgiving. Not to be rude, but you ain't graduating from that university for a while. Metric Day is coming. It's coming to all you non-believers, rounders, blobbers, and two-dimensionalists everywhere. Geez, calm down. I will do no such thing. A line has been crossed. Man, she is angry. I think we're done here. I think so. Let the wrath one by one be upon you for the rest of your days. I'd normally tell you to take it easy and eat your vegetables, but that might actually be part of the problem here. Take care. That was awkward. I knew that old farm might have changed a bit while I was gone, but this is a bit over the top. Those cultists give me some serious creeps. Why are they here on the farm? What is Haas thinking? Who trusts these people? Who dresses like their beds? Also, what's up with those barrels? And why is Danny Dumbbell here? Time to confront Haas once more. I want answers. I want to take a break. I'll be right back. Right. Did some stretching. Use the facilities. Now back to Cliffside. Or Rockslide. And scores. Ooh. This guy runs funny. Nice car. So it seems our test group is eagerly buying those vegetables. Good, good. But while that is all and well, we still have a problem, Haas. What do you mean? I was browsing the internet at my mansion, minding my own business, when suddenly I saw a bunch of large vegetables on a video stream. Do you happen to know anything about that? Because it was identical to these vegetables, and I remember being quite specific that we keep these products out of the news for a while. So I'm quite confused. Could you clear my mind a bit, Haas? Ha! I knew it. You follow my stream. Be quiet, Cliff. My businesses are none of your businesses. Look, I understand your concerns, Clarence, but I really can't hide vegetables this big. I mean, I tried, but they don't fit in the barn door. So you're selling giant vegetables that can't be shown anywhere. Well, at least you have a quite unique business model. What's your marketing plan here? Just spreading these monsters all over the state and waiting for people to accidentally bump into them? I told you he was trouble. Are you streaming this? Cliff, cut it. I mean, now. But Dad... Do it for me. Just this once. It is too much to ask. Is it too much to ask? No, it's not. But just this once. Shut it down. Thank you. Danny, give me a call. Danny gave me a call, and I knew instantly what was going on. May I remind you of our business arrangements? There are certain obligations you must fill. Business arrangements? You're not only doing business with Clarence, you're going to expand? And you lied to me earlier? Why? Knock it off, Cliff. Can't you see you've done enough damage already? I don't tolerate any more hiccups, okay? This worthless son of yours is not going to ruin my retirement plans. You better not talk about him like that. I'll do whatever I please. Don't forget who's in charge here. It was you who was desperately looking for someone to finance your farm, not me. You're still on that very thin line, Haas. I can destroy your business in 5 minutes if you want to. Got that? Yes. I didn't hear you. Yes. Good. Now get rid of this nuisance. Why do you let him talk to you like that? Because I'm out of options. If only you were here to help me. Dad, just get in your car and go home. Wow, just wow. You heard the man. I think we're done for the day.
It's a wrap. Day.
It is a blowout. That just went over Judge's head.
Day 3.
Eat your veggies. Morning. Our local newspaper just keeps on giving people false impressions, that is. You want to play some soccer? Haas and Clarence were almost at their throats, but the article frames them as best friends. Why? I can't make heads or tails of this. Instead of answers, we got a truckload of new questions. We just gotta keep digging. Something will eventually pop up. What's up with you? Enjoying the hectic life of local news? Yes. Of course you are. Exciting days. Great boss. And lots of experience. What's not to like? Apart from almost getting blown into pieces, almost getting eaten by a wolf, and spending an afternoon watching my family, well, being my family. What's he watching? Today, we're going to do things a bit different. One of the most important tools for a journalist is a nose for news. It's basically our spider sense, which directs us towards interesting and newsworthy stories. It's the thing that makes us journalists tick. Talk. You've already practiced a bit, but today we're going to make your nose The head nose. Well, all the noses are the head nose for pretty obvious reasons, but you get the idea. I've marked 3 locations with arrows. You can see the directions on that nifty compass of yours by holding down either L or R button on the controller, or with the right mouse button. It's amazing that what modern technology can do. You've got the wheel, let's get going. I want to play the game. Should let you play Rooster Soccer. Melvin. Oh, heck. Yes, what is it, my dear lady? My dear lady, Melvin, you're not a little boy anymore, and I think it's time for you to get over being embarrassed in your mother's company. Hello there, kid. I bet there's a nice person behind that camera. You must be nice to put up with Melvin's nonsense. Now that you've had your mommy moment, could you at least call me Cliff? Sure, hun. Just slipped my mind. You were my little Melvin, the mom's muffin monkey, for so long that I just forgot. Actually, you can call me Melvin all you want if you never mention that nickname again. What's the hassle? Your sister has something to tell you. Then she'll take me shopping. Hello again, bro. Great to see you. Everything good? No? Jeb is still at the police station, and Dad's trying to get him free. Oh my, what did he do? Ran into some pothole with his van and almost caused an accident, or something along those lines. Let me guess, you've got that information from the Herald? Yeah, where else? Do these giant vegetables cause short-term memory loss? I interviewed you on my news stream yesterday, and we covered the whole story about the explosion live on my channel. If you watched that, you'd know what really happened. You have to wait at the airport today and go back to the airport tomorrow. That sounds tiring. What do you mean? It was a massive explosion at the scene, caused by a manure barrel Jeb was delivering to your farm. Cliff, we've talked about this. You shouldn't believe everything you see on the internet. I was there, Mom. I saw the whole thing with my own eyes. If that was the case, there would be something in the Herald, right? So you think I'm lying then. I didn't say that, but you do have a vivid imagination. Remember, you were the one putting worms on your teacher's desk while trying to prove that he's a lizard man from space hiding inside a human body. First of all, even though my resources weren't the most reliable ones, trying to lure a predator with bait is pretty logical thinking for a 9-year-old boy. For second, does every family encounter have to end with some embarrassing revelation about me? Well, at least we aren't running the stream this time. Or are we? We are? Aren't we? Geez, why would Harold not write about it correctly? That seems to be big news, because that explosion happened to your worker, and Clarence is doing business with you. He just wants to keep all the bad stuff away from the public to cover his back. He's clearly planning something big and bad, and publicly could ruin that. Publicity could ruin that. I'll get to the bottom of this. Mark my words. I'm sure you do, Sugar Puff. Could we put this aside for a while? It's not the reason why I wanted to see you. I found this weird book on the farm. I bet it belongs to those, well, lakeside people. If it quacks, how great the vaguely defined deity is, then you could probably call it a cultist. What kind of book? It's hard to describe. It was full of weird units of measure and geometrical formulas, and I couldn't make much of it, really. That sounds definitely interesting. Can I see the book? No. I called it first. What? I haven't read a good book for ages. The local library is just awful. According to Layla's description, it's probably not that close to those romance books you like to read. I bet you don't even understand what you're reading. Well, maybe it gets better later. Some books are really technical before the story kicks in. Really? It's not. Never mind. Just let me take a look at it when you're done. Sure thing, Cliff. Now, I'll catch up with Layla some more before we hit the town. See you later, hun. You too, Mom. Thanks for the tip, Layla. Now, let's get reporting. Greetings. May I interest you in today's paper? Yes, great. You seem like a person who has genuine interest in news. Proper news, not like those fake ones you read on the internet. I like Clarence's style. He makes readers connect the dots for themselves. There's an actual word for that. You know, making their own conclusions. I would have said lies. At first, it seemed a bit troublesome, but my investigations have led me to all kinds of new truths. Did you know that this country is run by fish people? Lizards. And that's not even the craziest part. These creatures come from space. Or was it from the center of the Earth? That's not important. For some reason, nobody's talking about this. Not even Clarence, now that I think about it. What if he's also part of this conspiracy? There's this one guy called HP Minecraft or something. Nice. He was after these fish people, but he vanished like 100 years ago. I have to investigate this further. The truth is out there. You just have to look for it yourself. And pick the theory that best fits your needs. And this, my dear audience, is a fine job. It's fine for a kid playing around, but not for an actual journalism. I'm glad I can think for myself and make my own conclusions. Hey, it's a popo. Cheers. Is there some kind of Beaverton family meeting going on? No, because if there were, I'd be about 5,000 miles away from here. What's going on? Haas is pleading to Pecker for Jeb. The poor guy is still behind bars. How did it go yesterday? Were you able to shine some light on the recent events? Yes and no. This whole debacle just keeps feeding me new questions. Interesting. Want to share your findings? Well, long story short, Clarence has his nasty claws in this. Him and Haas have some sort of business arrangement regarding the big vegetables. That's interesting. What else did you learn? I don't feel comfortable discussing it here. Too many pairs of ears, you know. Understood. I must be crazy to suggest this after all that Badger stuff. But let's catch up later today at the coffee shop. Might as well sit next to open sewage and drink from that. But sure, let's meet there. Oh, Melvin, have you found yourself a girlfriend? She's a police officer. Great. Now there's someone to protect your sorry little butt. Rix, I want you to meet my nan, Abby Beaverton. Nice to meet you, officer. You know how to change diapers? Well, we're not dating, and definitely not going to start a family. Who said anything about a family? It's Melvin who needs changing. Oh, leave Rix out of this. She's right. We're not dating. What a shame. I was really hoping to attend a big wedding, but it seems that the only big party left for poor Nan is my own funeral. Right. You weren't constantly dying for a few minutes. What lovely minutes those were. But thank you, Nan, for making sure that I stay professional and I don't fall for workplace romances. I mean, after this little demonstration, Rick knows to stay away for even a little possibility of becoming part of this circus called a Beaverton family. It is a mess of a family. How come? We're hilarious. You sure are, Nan. It was very nice meeting you. You too, dear. I'm just so worried about this situation. How is it fair that Jeb is going to die in prison before I get to die? I'm gonna die here? Of course not. Oh, how I envy you, Jeb. It must be great to know that in just a matter of days, you'll be touching the sweet spheres of eternal rest. Help, I'm dying here. Nobody's gonna die today. Cliff, could you please hurry things up with Haas? He's at Pecker's office. Sweet as your Nan is, she's way too scary to be amongst suspected criminals. Sure thing, Rix. We'll get right to it. How long are you going to keep him locked up in there? I told you exactly 1 minute ago that I don't know. That hasn't changed during that minute. How do you do, gentlemen? Mind if I pop in? Yes, I do mind. This room is off limits for the pests like you. Dude's on Facebook. She be sus. Hello, Cliff. Hello, Dad. This is quite rare for me to say, but you seem busy. Hard it might be for you to believe I'm actually working as a journalist and gathering information, not just talking to a camera. Well, it is hard for me to believe, but you're clearly putting an effort on whatever you're doing. At least, this time it's not you who is causing the harm to our farm. Investigations like this take time. You can always file a complaint if you want, but those complaints take months to process. What a striking coincidence. Speaking of investigations, what exactly are you currently investigating? The Herald said this was a pothole accident, but we both know about the explosion. I'm sorry, but does this say the Valley Herald customer feedback on my door? No, that's what I thought. But you were there. You were right next to me when that barrel exploded. What are you talking about? Jeb did run into a pothole, but the reason he's locked up is his truck was carrying a barrel that exploded. And I bet that it was a similar barrel to that you're storing at your farm. Is that true, Pecker? Like I told you many times before, I'm not commenting anything about this current investigation. You leave me no options, it's news time.
Breaking news.
Let's roll. Where's Cliff? This is Cliff Rockslide reporting live from the police station of Butterfly Valley. There's an incident. Innocent man behind bars. Sergeant Pecker. A comment, please? You shut that stream down this second, or I'll have you arrested. Not this again. Do it, son, now. Dad, you're not stopping me from being me. This is what I do. You moron. I'm trying to keep you out of jail. Can that music be any louder? Jeez. This is my last warning. Cliff, please. If this is really about news and not about you, how is it getting behind bars gonna help? You can't make your stream from jail. Think, Cliff, do you really want to spend the next week with only Jeb to talk to? Excellent point, Dad. Although my subscriptions would skyrocket if I'd be thrown in jail, but this isn't about me.
Epic reporting.
We'll continue without the camera then. There's no stopping journalism. So again, how come the explosion vanished into thin air from the Herald's news story? And yes, I know that all explosions vanish into thin air, but you know what I mean. Wasn't it you who gave the statement about the incident to Clarence? It's none of your business. Can't you just let Jeb go? I'm sure he has learned his lesson. Well, I'm not sure that he's capable of learning much of anything. But he didn't mean any harm, and I need him back on the farm. He's a suspect. Do I have to remind you about that? If he's a suspect, there needs to be a crime. I thought we're talking about an accident. What are his charges? Reckless driving, for example. That causes accidents and gets people hurt, just like reckless streaming, for example. Correct if I'm wrong, but isn't it a bit unusual to lock up a person with these kinds of charges? I'm not going to go through the ins and outs of our legal system with you. I have the right to keep him arrested. So this is how justice is served in the Butterfly Valley. Better warn the tourists not to hit any potholes while they're in town. Annoying as he has a solid point. You don't throw people in jail for these kinds of offenses. So a father and son team consisting of a worn-out farmer and an unemployed video weirdo are telling me how to do my job, and then they say the police resort to violence too easily? You ain't really making a shine for your profession at the moment. This ain't over. Something's not right here. I'll make this clear. At this moment, there's one person connected to Beaverton Farm in our jail. Next time you even try to step into my office, there's going to be 3 people connected to Beaverton Farm in our jail. You got that? Come on, Cliff. You heard him. He's not going to listen to reason. You must admit, there's something pretty strange going on, and it's connected to your farm in several ways. No. I don't think there is any bot that can. Sorry, son. That's why that one's multiple. I have to get Nan back to the farm before she depresses some poor police officer to death. Also, there's a ton of work to do at the farm, and a ton counts just one of the vegetables. I really could use a hand there, but I understand that this is probably not the best time for you. Hearing your voices means that you're still in jail putting distance. If I were you, I'd correct that pretty quickly. Okay, we're going. Sheesh. Oh, it's still growing. Oh man, this does not look good. Goodness gracious. Cliff, look what happened to my pumpkin. Yes, it seems that this is one ambitious pumpkin who's not going to settle down on a farm league. Could you help me with this crowd? Not that I mind weird people dancing, it's all we did back in the 60s. But this music is just too awful. This is pure Uno without a hint of lemon. And that's too much. Please give us a hand. I tried to hose them, but it just gave them more energy. Oh, hi, Mr. Wilson. How is everything? It's great. I finally managed to lure the wolf back inside. What? You did what? I think I got him, or her, convinced that it just needs some introspection to adapt better to a new environment. I think this calls for an intervention, not introspection. Have you tried calling anonymous anthropomorphosis? What are we gonna do? I don't like where things are going here. I've been advocating for peace for decades, but that just might change today if they don't stop. I'll try to talk to them. Not that it made any difference last time. Maybe we could scare them away with some reporting, eh? Excuse me, dear people of Bedsheet Kingdom. What are you doing here? You! The metric house does not explain itself, especially to heretics. Heretics. Okay, so then I'll rely on my own research, which just concluded that you're harassing my most reliable news source, and you should stop. The one by one does not choose the individual's worthiness of blessing. We are here just to celebrate the good fortune of those who are touched by a being of perfect dimensions. You might soon be touched by a pair of handcuffs. You're invading Miss Riverbend's privacy here. You puny little thing. It's our civil right to demonstrate, and we're not on her private property.
Breaking news.
Well, then you leave me no choice but to use this another civil right called freedom of press. This is Cliff Rockslide with the local news. The vegetable invasion of Butterfly Valley is developing. What was 2 days ago is just a giant pumpkin has now sprouted out of control. This behemoth has completely occupied Miss Riverbend's garden. Miss Riverbend, please give your viewers your thoughts about this invasion. I woke up to the sounds of cracking early this morning and saw the pumpkin taking down the fences on my property. I thought the pumpkin had reached its limits, but I was mistaken. My house is going to be next, and when I called the insurance company, they just laughed at me. They said it was their second craziest phone call this week, right after an old man asking if a wolf needs a home insurance. Sus. I see, this is quite something, my dear viewers. Is there any limit for this beast? Will the Earth be orbiting this pumpkin in just a few years? We just don't know. We are accompanied by Mr. Wilson, who viewers might remember from his limited capability of recognizing dogs. We'd love to hear your thoughts about this pumpkin. Well, I'm definitely concerned. I don't know how we can get rid of this darn thing. You can't just eat your way through it. Agreed. I, for one, would not consume anything that grows of these proportions. The manure must contain an unknown compound, which need to be studied first. Who dares mention manure? I almost forgot. Members of the Metric House, our fresh vegetable worshipping cult of Butterfly Valley, have come to dance on the scene. You want to comment on the situation, or are you too busy being suspicious and annoying? Are you asking for trouble? Can't you see how blessed these people are? They can finally feed themselves with proper nutrition. Just get your bellies full and stop complaining. Yes, but what about the manure? Stop punishing me, or stop pushing me. I told you to renounce your blasphemous ways. You don't know what you can do. Sorry, you're right. You're amazing, and I should be thankful for your presence. Actually, I'll give you a new name that better reflects my appreciation for you. From now on, I'll call you people of Man, you are excellent, which handily abbreviates to Man, you are excellent, or even to Manure. Enough. We've had it with your profanity and ignoring the benevolence of one by one. This place is not worth our blessing presence. My name is Cliff Rockslide, and you're watching the local news. Cliff Rockslide, you're officially damned by the Metric House for the rest of the eternity. My dear viewers, are there any other news reporters that are willing to get damned to bring you the latest and greatest updates, and not just any irregular random domination, but an official one? I don't think I'll have to fill in the forms to confirm it, but I'm super terrified already. Only Cliff Rockslide is willing to go this far to satisfy his viewers. So hit that subscribe button and catch us later while we continue to solve this pumpkin palooza. Do not listen to this heretic. Join us, and one by one, day after tomorrow, then you'll see the truth shall be revealed. I think it's a wrap. Remember to smash that subscribe button so you stay up to speed in this vegetable folly which is about to spiral out of control. So is my throat. Thank you, Miss Riverbound, for sharing your thoughts on this developing story. My sincerest condolences for having to put up with these nutcases. Oh, thank you, Cliff. I just want to take care of my regular vegetable in peace. After sneaking into your garden as a teenager, eating one, and spending the next 2 days flying around the Andromeda galaxy, I don't think that the word regular is the best place to describe your plants. Mushrooms. But you do you. I'm not in a hurry to get back home. I can give you a hand, Miss Riverbend. Good idea, Mr. Wilson. Better use your hands while you still have them.
Epic reporting.
Epic reporting. That's a cool looking car. What's going on here? And more importantly, what the heck is Clarence doing here? What's the holdup? I need to get my products inside. You're not going to do that. This is my shop. Yours? Not anymore. You know that I paid good money for this garbage pile you call a shop. Our target group test yesterday at the farm was a success, so now we continue as planned. That means putting up a proper storefront for our vegetables, and that means your shop. We agreed that nothing would change. You promised it would be business as usual. Your business as usual means getting towards bankruptcy on a daily basis. I can't let my investment fail, so we need to spice up things a bit. This is a hardware store, not a soup. It doesn't need spices or more vegetables. And I happen to like it this way. I don't care what you like or don't like. I like businesses that make money, and that's the only relevant thing here. We'll see about that. Me and Hans are ready and willing to keep those carrots of yours outside this store. Even if it's the last thing we'll do. Last thing, Bob, I love you and everything, but I'm not going to be a martyr for your hardware store. Maybe for a very decent pizzeria, but not for a hardware store. Finally, a sound of reason. You should listen to your employees. This is my shop. It's for selling hardware and providing security services, not for your vintage Mutant Zero turnips. Weird. This is super catchy TV theme from the 90s cartoon just started playing in my head. Suit yourself. I can call help from the police station, but I'd rather take care of this in a civilized manner. This seems like a good content for my channel. Care to elaborate what's going on? Oh, it's our eager journalism hobbyist. How is the amateur hour going this time? Cliff, he's making a hostile takeover.
Breaking news.
That's all the magic news words I need. Dear viewers, this is Cliff Rockslide bringing you this troublesome story of a hostile takeover. It seems that Hardware Bob's shop is literally being overrun. You turned this stupid camera of yours off right this instant. Why? Is there something you don't want people to see? It can't be your obstreperous tie, because you clearly want people to see that for some reason. Who cares? No one's watching your pathetic stream anyways. At least now there's one actual journalist in frame. He's violating our contract. He said I could keep this place as I intended, but now he's forcing me to sell these freak vegetables. Tell me, Clarence, why are you constantly connected to giant veggies? I thought that you were running a newspaper. Nice try, Stream Boy. But it's called a trade secret, and I'm not obliged to tell you anything. I was in a bit of a tough place a while back, and Clarence here offered to help me by buying my business. He promised I could continue my hardware store and security service as usual, but now he's forced me to sell these carrots. I understand. Well, I understand him. You do? Why? Well, Clarence's news requires printed paper. He could as well use the carrier pigeons or smoke signals. No wonder he's desperate. Listen, I'm not going to stand here and watch you make a ham-fisted debauchery of a news broadcast. I'm a serious businessman. I have better things to do. You're a serious pain to all well-meaning citizens of Butterfly Valley, and that's pretty much it. I'm the pillar of this community. Y'all better shut up and respect this man. Just keep that smiling redneck mouth of yours shut and let the grown-ups do the talking, okay? Danny, just let me take care of this, okay? Just give me the word, boss. I'll let my man here teach him a thing or two. Secrets, hostile takeovers, and goon threatening a journalist? I wonder if the police has something to say about your ways of handling business. I have no trouble with the law, and everyone knows that. That was close. No wonder, since you pay them not to cause you any trouble. Can you confirm that? Do you have proof? Well, of course he doesn't. Oh, Melvin, how little you have learned. You see that he's just throwing in every lie he can come up with. Truly disappointed in you, Bob. You'll have this shop emptied by tomorrow morning. And if you act very nicely and don't spare your knees apologizing, I might keep you as a shopkeeper. If you continue to annoy me, I'll find someone else to sell these products. You could choose between your principles and your employment. Bend my knee for you? Not in a million years. This is my shop, and I'll never sell your goods. Very well, since I'm a patient man, I'll have mercy on you. Clearly, I dragged you to do a business that's too big for your own good. I should have known better than to trust a hardware store guy with something as complicated as vegetables. That's low, even for you, Clarence. Bob is one of the pillars of this local community. Him? A pillar? What about me? You're more like a toilet that really needs the shadow of that pillar. Or it starts to smell in the sun. Oh, and that's why this seems to be clogged at the moment, I might add. I'm just simply astonished by the lack of sophistication that you've expressed in this very moment. I've always known that you're good for nothing, but now I'm starting to see that your overwhelming incompetence possesses a serious threat to our community. Let's get going, Danny. When I get back, you better have those vegetables inside your store. Threat to our community? You know what that means, dear viewers? That means they'll soon start a smearing campaign in this petty little pamphlet called the Valley Herald. Good luck trying, Clarence. How can you make an awesome guy like me look bad? Yeah, I bet it's super hard to make a guy working from his garage and sticking his nose in everyone's business look bad. Hey, are you being sarcastic? No, I really appreciate your down-to-earth style. Really authentic stuff. It's obvious that you really care for the truth and the well-being of the local people. Because it takes so much of your time, you obviously don't have time to take care of yourself. I mean, I can smell your dedication even this far away. Gee, thanks, I guess? You're welcome. I think you can make a real difference here. It's good to have someone around that doesn't think that serving the community and putting myself first are the same thing. I bet they're killing them. I'm shocked the cats haven't come bug me. That's true. We're not about the money. This kid doesn't even want to get paid for doing all this camera work. What? I know, I want to get paid. You don't pay your assistant? Heck, Cliff, that's pretty harsh. I don't pay him yet. We're going business. My partner is smart enough to bet on this great opportunity. Weird, that's pretty much the same Clarence told me about this shop. Right. Well, moving on. Come on, kid. Let's find something else that's newsworthy. Epic reporting. Ooh, we're up to 40 likes. Whoa, what a news day. Things just keep piling up. The mysterious book, the cult invading the town. Clarence taking over businesses. Sergeant Pecker keeping Jeb behind bars for no reason. Very cutting edge. Heck, this isn't snowballing, this is an avalanche of escalating weird little things. This is Cliff Rockslide with local news. Our town looks pretty peaceful while resting in the summer sun, right? Well, this serenity is quite deceiving because under the surface, the temperature is rising. Your delay is huge? Weird. You can even see the first bubbles, the inevitable signs of some serious oiling about to start soon. Why is the cult invading our streets and scaring the local residents with their angular attitudes? And why do these pumpkins keep bloating like a rapper's self-esteem? Why is the local police force telling us? Oof. Oh, Judge got a granny. Nice. No explosion happened 2 days ago when the loyal followers of the stream witnessed it with their own precious eyes? And why does the very same local police force keep the driver of that truck in jail if it was just an accident? Is driving into a pothole a federal crime now, or has the Butterfly Valley police taken the law in their own hands? And the biggest question of all, why is our backwoods version of this media mogul, Clarence Spud, connected to all these things? He's invading local businesses and turning them into stores for his gigantic vegetables. What is his plan? What's up with all the secrets? Does anyone know? And as you have noticed, these people are getting really alarmed by our presence and try to silence the voice of the truth with everything they can. That's a sure sign we're getting close to something important. As you can see, there's plenty of unanswered questions around here. Cliff Rockslide is dedicated to bringing you the truth. Remember to subscribe. My dear audience, we will continue hunting for the answers. I will know where to look next. Follow my lead.
Epic reporting.
Epic. It was a nice hit. Into the pen. What's going on, mate? You don't look so good. Cheers, Cliff. I'm in a bit of a pickle here. That explosion scared everyone off. I've had 0 customers since the boom. So because of the boom, your economy isn't booming? Sorry, badly timed joke. Is there anything I could do for you? I need lots of money, and you're running a news stream, so I don't think so. We're gonna get hit by a car. Oh boy, Clarence is gonna be knocking on my door pretty soon. Clarence? What do you mean? He was the one who invested in my sausage cart in the first place. I tried some crowdfunding at first, but for some reason, selling wieners in the backlands isn't the hottest trend of a startup business. That means he has his claws everywhere. Yep, but he also has money. Basically, he's the bank of Butterfly Valley. A local walking piggy bank. What are you gonna do? Nothing. Everything's fine. I found a solution in believing in something much greater than me. The metric house has provided me with alternative means of thinking. Everything's about geometry when you just learn to see it. What? Don't tell me you've joined their cult. cult? No. Like I said, it's all about geometry. It's also actually based on science. That's why so many of their teachings make sense. Why would I worry about Clarence and money stuff when I can focus on perfecting my dimensions? Because Danny Dumbbell will make you perfectly two-dimensional if you don't pay Clarence. Oh, well, yeah, that's true. Besides, I have some serious doubts about the cult's interests. I'm saying this to you as your best friend. They have something to hide. Like what? Tail, maybe? That's why they wear those robes? I don't know. But there's definitely something. I think Clarence, these giant vegetables, that weird explosion, this cult are all connected. Look, my life finally is starting to make sense. Why can't you just be happy for me? I'm close to finding my purpose. That's great, but I'm telling you something is off. You don't know what you're talking about. You should come visit their camp. They're organizing some sort of gathering. The day after tomorrow. Really? Why? It's just a get-together, where the villagers and their metric house are getting to know each other. Villagers? Yep, there's plenty of us, geometry-curious acolytes. Horror's part of them. Don't trust a word they say. The metric house is not what they seem. Who might you be? Someone who spent the whole summer with them and will spend the next summer on a nude beach. Just to be sure that no one near me is wearing any robes. Just stay away from the metric house. You don't know what's deep inside. You must be the skeptical cult member my assistant told me about. Would you like to answer a few questions? Definitely not. I'm getting as far away as I can. Wait! Dang. She could have provided us with answers, but I guess she's gone now. What's your take on this, Doug? Enough to convince you about the dangers of metric house? Are you listening to some random stigmatizer rather than your friend? I'm not doing anything dangerous. I'm just trying to be happy. Come on, Doug. You're a reasonable fellow. What proof do you need? I don't need any proof. I need support. This is a big thing for me, and I'd like my friends to understand me. Being your friend is the exact reason why I'm trying to take you out of this. I know these people, and they're not up for good. Cliff, I wish I wouldn't have to do this, but your personal discounts have been revoked for good. Fine, even with the discounts, your prices were twice the normal. Now you're just saying things to hurt me. I hope that metric day brings you peace as well when it comes. Man, I'm really worried about him. We gotta help Doug somehow. I think we should chat with Rix. She's probably already in the coffee shop waiting. Alright, well, it is dinner time, so that's where we're gonna end today's stream. This has been Cliff Rockslide, the local news. Check it out when it comes out later this week. I'm not sure the price. I'll be back tomorrow, 4:30 Pacific. Have a great rest of your Tuesday. Go Yankees.
I've always wanted to be a journalist, to bring the people the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. That's what makes me tick. It's the reason for my existence. But there's one person that stands in my way. Clarence Spud, editor-in-chief of the Valley Herald. He thinks he's the king of the local news, but his journalistic integrity is as questionable as his fashion sense. Meanwhile, I'm reporting on the real stories that matter, like a stray dog who found a new home in the loving embrace of Mr. Wilson, or these weirdos right here. That's what makes local news so special. It's the beating heart of our beloved community, and I'm proud to be the one bringing it to you. So sit back, relax, and let me, Cliff Rockslide, your trusted source for local coverage, take you on a journey through the world of very, very small news. And let's hope Clarence doesn't try to steal the spotlight again. This is Local News with Cliff Rockslide. Day 4. walking on eggshells.